I want to thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution, where I talk about everything crypto daily. Before we jump into this video, I want to ask you guys, please smash the like button. I'm trying to get a like spike going. 1,000 likes a video. That's the goal. Make sure and comment in the comment box. Let me know what number like you were. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. I'm going to keep you guys up to date on everything crypto daily. Jumping right into the market today, crypto sideways with reddish undertones. Overall market cap of cryptocurrency, $184 billion. Bitcoin at 66.72. Kind of been moving sideways since we talked last. This is a Bitcoin 4-hour chart. We talked previously about this cup and handle idea. I think this rising wedge probably is more appropriate here. The key is you got this confirmation line still in play, which again, it's overhead resistance. The price action, kind of looking for a response to the lower trend line of the rising wedge. This is a new chart. Sometimes I'll just take my old chart and kind of just start over. Just kind of look at things from a different perspective after we've seen some price action, some structure be established. So right now, looks like we've got a possible bearish MACD cross coming on the 4-hour chart. So again, potentially if this is confirmed, see a move to the downside. This would possibly confirm this bearish divergence as well. Could see a move down to 6,400. It's really important. Decision time is coming in the next day or so. So it's really important that this lower trend line of this rising wedge holds. If you look up here, there was a falling wedge when Bitcoin was up here at 10,500. And the price action actually broke back into that falling wedge and has been riding on that lower trend line. So, shout out to Dan in the trading group. He pointed that out to me today. And yeah, pretty interesting to see. It's like riding on that lower trend line. So it's all about to happen. It's all about to happen right here. All eyes on Bitcoin. So right now, Bitcoin's been consolidating. Again, you got these bearish ideas, but unless there's a move to the downside, they don't get confirmed, because if the price moves higher and we run up to 7,800, 8,000, the bulls show up, then it's going to drag the indicators up higher and it's going to negate this divergence. I've got a cryptocurrency trading group. I've got 6 chat groups where everybody's calling out breakouts, working together, posting charts. I got 41 videos in a playlist. If you don't know anything about trading this market at all, you can watch these videos. You'll be making profitable trades. Probably a lot of people have some time right now on their hands, potentially. It's a great time to learn to trade this market. Number one reason people join the group is they want to be in the best coins possible. I post profitable trading setups on a daily basis, and we've been just killing it lately. It's wow. Data. 266% gains out of data. Again, this setup was posted on the 14th. It's huge pump for data. If you want to join the cryptocurrency trading group, you want to pay in crypto, email me, cryptobitcoinchris@gmail.com. I'll get you set up and in the group today. You pay for 6 months, you get 20% off. You pay for the year, you get 30% off and an additional month for free. If you do want to pay with a card month to month, you can do so. There's a Patreon link in the description. You guys got to remember, the group is cheap. It's not designed to be expensive. It pays for itself in a couple trades. This is Dash. I talked to you guys about this the other day. Dash up 65% after it broke out of this falling wedge. 30 minutes later, boom, 26% gains in IOST. Bitcoin Cash has been another one. So the cool part about the trading group is everybody's working together. This person said, hey, shout out to Big Easy for this trade. I doubled my money in this trade setup that you posted. Another person posted an ADA chart, and Dylan said, ADA's made me $10,000 so far. Next person said, CBC, I'm up $29,000 this week because of you and your group. Amazing setups. Thank you for all you do. This is a Bitcoin 3-day chart, and I talked to you guys about this in the past, and I just wanted to kind of go over this again. So remember, Bitcoin, when it fell off a cliff from 6,500 down to 3,150, had a big bounce and a big V-shaped recovery, and then it kind of fell off, and we got a double bottom. So is this possible here? The overall strategy that you may consider is, right now, Bitcoin is up there where it's right below this overhead resistance. Like, you want to buy at support, not below resistance. So, the buy down here, if we ever get a second chance at $5,000 Bitcoin, there's this lower trend line as support, and potentially This would be like back here previously, it was 3150, ran up to 4,000 and then back down to 3450. If this happens here, you get another chance. It's a good buy signal. Why? Because it would be a higher low. So this next high would be higher than the previous one, and trend changes start with this idea. Not saying it's going to happen, but it's in the cards. You have to have a plan. I want you guys to stop right now, put a plan in place. Hey, here's what I'm going to do if Bitcoin breaks higher. Again, the top here is about 9,800 at this point. Potentially we continue in this triangle for a period of time and then break higher. Now the halving is coming up, and that's kind of the X factor that we aren't sure as far as how that's going to influence the price of Bitcoin. But in the past, it's definitely had a positive impact. For the bulls, the price has definitely increased. But you do have, there's a death cross on the daily, and then you have a potential bearish cross on the 3-day chart of the 21 and the 200. So all this price action back here where Bitcoin was in the 6,000s for an extended period of time, like that's overhead resistance too. So there's a lot of overhead resistance as far as this goes. But again, the bulls show up, boom, and push the price higher. It's in the cards. So I found this infographic on staking, and staking is launching soon for MATIC. It's expected to pay about 10% reward. So these are essentially like mining rewards. Like you hold these coins and it helps validate transactions on the blockchain, right? And so they pay you out these rewards based on the amount of coins you hold. So you hold MATIC, you're expected to get 10%, which is pretty big actually. It's huge. Harmony or One, 14%, which is huge. Ethereum, 8%. ADA, 3.7%. Crypto.com is MCO, 10%. Tron, 10%. Definity, 5%. So again, these are going to be, if you like a second stream of income or second stream of revenue, it's always good to hold these coins. The downside is this. If you're holding a coin for staking and it drops more than this percentage, obviously you didn't make anything. Potentially you're holding these coins and you can take a lot of losses. So I like to hold in a bull market, not when it's bearish, right? I don't want to ride a downtrend. So staking can be used and successful in certain situations. But one thing they did forget, and I've talked to you guys about COTI, COTI quite a few times, but they got staking 2.0. That needs to be added to this list. This is a CME Bitcoin futures, total open interest and volume. So there's a huge demand on the OTC market right now. There's a premium as far as the price goes, right? That's why the price difference exists. So OTC, huge demand right now. What does that tell you? Now, open interest on the derivative market is dropping hard. This is basically saying, hey, the short team, the team that's normally shorting Bitcoin potentially isn't as active at this zone. And this person really feels like there's a healthy growth from organic buyers. So again, speculation here, but they're thinking, hey, maybe we're going, Bitcoin's going higher. Fear and greed index is now and still extreme fear. So remember, Bitcoin recovered 80% from the bottom, but the fear and greed index is still at extreme fear. What does this mean? A lot of people counter trade this idea. Essentially, we bottomed out at around 8 on this level, but people are still real fearful. Everybody's kind of undecided. Where's it going? Easy way to trade this, it's simple. Like you put your stop loss down here. Let the price action make the decision for you. Put your stop loss down below major support if you're in Bitcoin right now. CEO departures by the month. They're mooning. So you can see you kind of have this moving sideways action for the CEO departures. January 2020 became the most popular month among American CEOs to leave just before the recession. 219 just left. It's time to retire. CME futures expires this Friday, last Friday of every month. CME Bitcoin futures end. A lot of times we see volatility before or after the futures expiration. It's hard to say. Like I've seen it go both ways as far as what direction it's going to go. So it's more just something to think about as far as volatility being expected. This is Nano's chart. I want to paint this picture to you guys. Once you guys find a good support level, right? This is like a trampoline. Every time the price hits here, it's going to bounce off this trampoline, right? Now, if you bust through the trampoline, yeah, it can break through, but your stop loss, all you do is you essentially, you're going to put your stop loss down here and open a trade in this area, right above there, potentially, right? You're going to buy here with stop losses here, so you're managing risk really well. You know, but it takes a lot of understanding, like you're buying the move to the downside. You're buying the move to the downside. Okay, so you have to understand, hey, but you can play this multiple times. Notice how you got a really strong downtrend here. It's a sharp downtrend. It's going to take a lot to reverse this. Okay, so that gives you a good idea how strong the support is. And then when it revisits this level, you can see it respects its support as well. And potentially it takes a little bit of time before it takes off again. 21% here, 7% here, 16% here. Demand for Tether continues to grow. 483 million USDT issued over the last 7 days. That is a lot of Tether. A lot of people still reach out and they're like, Chris, what stablecoin should I use? I definitely use USDT. It's largest, it's vetted. Everybody's like, oh, there's so much fear and FUD around Tether. But imagine this. If you're manipulating this market and you want to make sure everybody stays in this market, what are you going to do? You're going to pump out some Tether FUD. Whales, I used to have this conspiracy theory. Whales want us to hold. Whales, they can't take our money if we're in Tether. Whales want us to hold. They don't want us to jump in and out of Tether. White House Senate reaches historic $2 trillion stimulus deal. Everybody's excited. The House still has to vote on this, but I'm sure they'll move it forward. Individuals, potentially, if you earn $75,000 in adjusted gross income or less, you get, in the United States, you get $1,200 each. With married couples getting $2,400, as long as you don't make $150,000 or more. Additional $500 per child. So, hey, let's stimulate this economy. Just be honest. Just be honest. In the comments, please, just be honest. Are you guys buying Bitcoin with this free money? This free government cheese? Are you guys, just be honest. You guys got to buckle down. Buckle down. Make sure your bills are paid. Don't, gosh, this market's high risk now, right? Got to be smart about it. Do not risk any amount of money that you're not willing to lose. Tron partners with MetalPay to bring TRX to U.S. citizens. So the Tron is going to be available to more users. So this MetalPay partnership is going to allow actually people to receive about 5% cash back on eligible transactions for sending and receiving USD using the MetalPay app. So again, big partnership for Tron. If you guys haven't picked a VPN yet, I definitely want to recommend PureVPN. I'm super paranoid about any time I work with my cryptocurrency, so I want to make sure that I'm encrypted and protected. I choose PureVPN. The link in the description does support the channel. Remember, if you want to use Binance, Bybit, BitMEX, any of those exchanges, you can use PureVPN as well. Bitcoin's mining difficulty is expected to drop by 15 to 16% in about 9 to 11 hours. And this was previously posted, so it's going to happen tonight. This is the largest drop in Bitcoin's history, the largest or second largest in the ASIC era, which started in 2013. Miners are shutting down, turning their miners off. So what happens is the hash rate is dropping, right? And so in order to kind of balance things out, they make it easier for these Bitcoin blocks to be discovered. Now, what is this going to do to the price of Bitcoin? Bitcoin rallied 630,000% after this rare event. It's about to happen again today. I said 630,000%. I want those gains. That's why I signed up for those gains when I came into crypto. Anybody else? Anyone? 630,000%. We want those. Now, it had happened before, back when Bitcoin was $3.12. $3 Bitcoin. After shedding about 70% of its value back then, in just 3 months, Bitcoin skyrocketed more than 630,000% by the end of 2017. Gosh, gains. Why Bitcoin's difficulty adjustment may cause the price to plunge. We're going to the moon. I was getting my moon boots ready. I was dusting them off. And then you're telling me the price is going to plunge? Well, why? This news sometimes is crypto news, man. Which one is it? Back and forth. It's like watching a bunch of YouTubers, like who's right, you know? So then they talk about a recent downward adjustment took place February 25th, 2020. Bitcoin price was about 10,000. 3 days later, it dropped to 8,700. And then by March the 14th, retreated to $4,830. In the span of 21 days, Bitcoin lost 52% of its value. No. I want 630,000%, please. The crypto news, I feel like this should have been combined into one article. Say, hey, here's what happens, and it's really hit or miss. It's just like the death cross. It's just like the death cross here. The Bitcoin price is facing a new death cross. But what happens when these death crosses occur? Sometimes it pumps crazy. Sometimes, like it's really hit or miss with golden crosses and death crosses. Like you get tons of fake outs on this stuff. No $10,000 Bitcoin before May if this is a real death cross, if it even plays out, right? You know, so it's like you kind of have to take this stuff for face value. That's the cool thing I like about looking at these charts. I can go back and I can see exactly what happened on previous occasions and see if this data and this information is even warranted. Okay, so here's a cool chart. This I made this morning, and this is Bitcoin dominance. When alt season? That's all I want to know. When alt season? Give me 100%, 70%, 60% gains in my midterm holds, and I'm good. I'll trade for a month, 6 weeks, and take some time off. Bitcoin dominance drops. These altcoins run. Okay, so here we are. We're waiting for this next drop. Now, when this happens, we'll get this like mini altcoin season. I'm not talking about the epic one-time ever alt season, right? We're not there yet. But what I'm talking about is like this alt season where you know, a lot of these larger cap altcoins, you know, ran up 100%. Okay, 100% gains. I'm good with that. Now we need Bitcoin dominance to retrace, and you got a bunch of overhead resistance right here. Got the 200 simple. You got RSI approaching overbought. You got possible bearish divergence. So there's signs that it's going to be topping out here soon. These altcoins will take off, and we'll get our mini altcoin season. In order for an alt season to occur, you need Bitcoin dominance falling. You need alt BTC pairs green, and then you need alt USDT pairs green. All three of those was what happens during an altcoin season. So now, here we are again. You see Bitcoin dominance increasing. Ethereum fell off a cliff. Next move is going to be to the downside, and Ethereum is going to skyrocket. Ready for altcoin mini season. It's like you ever go to Dairy Queen and get a mini blizzard. I mean, yeah, it's gonna leave you coming back for more. Like you're gonna want more of this, but you have to know, just jump in, jump out, get your profits, trade real hard for a month, 6 weeks, jump out, take a break, take a breather. A new Ethereum 2.0 audit has highlighted potential security vulnerabilities. Listen, this is new software. Yeah, it's gonna need updates. Imagine if Windows XP never had an update. Where would we be at right now? You know, this is all blockchain is software. It's going to need updates and upgrades. VR World Somnium Space sells 110 Ethereum of virtual land. And I was thinking, all of a sudden, maybe there's a big market for virtual land because, heck, I can't leave the house. Ain't nothing else to do. Everything's shut down. You might as well, we could all be together right now doing some virtual stuff. And I could be at the virtual gym and we could be watching virtual YouTube together. This is going to be something to look out for. I can just envision a time in the future where there's going to be just like this panic type situation that's going on right now. It just continues to get worse. And, you know, this becomes a playing ground for people everywhere. Mana was another one. They had Decentraland as an ICO from 2017. Users paid about $1 million for digital land in February of 2020. I'm going to sell you some digital land. Sounds like some oceanfront beach front property in Arizona. If you guys like the content that I provide on a daily basis, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, hit the bell for notifications. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.